Hey, good morning, folks. AJ here. We are back here at Zion Baptist Church. We did some work with them a while ago, and they want to add two new cameras. These are the Fomako cameras that we did a review on, and I did the whole setup. I tagged that video here, but we're here. We're going to get started at 9, but you know we get here early. It's 8:45. Let's get inside, give you the lay of the land, map out where everything's going to go, and then we get this thing installed. This should be, well, I only have it mapped for one day, so we're going to get this done in a day. So let's get inside. How you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing good. I'm just trying to have a refresher on what was done.
You remember we had to box up in the attic.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard to get to, but it was, that.
All right, folks, so kind of like what we talked about, what's going to happen is we're going to put a camera here. That camera is going to be replaced, and we're going to put the AI tracking one there, another AI tracking there, and that camera is going to go downstairs. And we were just talking about downstairs they have a portable baptismal, and they rarely use that. So some of the cabling I might need to change. Might have to do some CSAA ministry. But what I think is going to happen, since we moved to the older Fomako to go downstairs, that has SDI out. So I would need to get a longer Ethernet cable, some RG6, and then converter from SDI to HDMI. And we've run that cable from the basement all the way back into the crawl space into where the media booth is, and maybe hang the camera in the ceiling or something like that. But let me get the stuff out of the car, and the camera stuff is going to be easy. Need to get another conduit. I didn't know about that, so got to do something to hide the cables, and then we're gonna run two cables in the ceiling back to the booth, but we'll figure that out. But let's get the stuff inside. Now, while I'm getting my stuff so I can walk in, I got a question for y'all. I know we said we're working on doing a 50 install challenge, and I want to know, how do y'all define the installation? Is it from churches that have absolutely nothing, or ones that have been done and we're adding on? Because I've done a bunch of other stuff that I didn't post, but I didn't flag it as an install. But I want to see what y'all think. Again, I don't want to embellish and say that I'm doing something when it's really not, but I want to see what y'all's thoughts are on about that. But we got everything in here. So, like I said, we are gonna replace the existing joystick with the other one that will give some more functionality. It's gonna take up a little bit more space. I thought we had a PoE switch here. I did bring my other one, so I'm gonna pretty much switch that out and put my PoE switch here so it can give more connections, so we can have everything powered. So let's get to work. All right, like I said, I'm glad I packed that, because this was the PoE switch. We obviously do not have enough connections for everything here, so even if we put all 4 cameras here, that uses up everything, but we need another one for the joystick. So the BV Tech that I normally use, just give us 8 PoE ports. That's what we're going to put down here and probably mount it up under there. But for right now, we're just going to set it on the floor and reconnect everything. And this was the original joystick that was using a RS-232 connection that changed over to Ethernet. Did this a while ago. Used to use all of these while these were actually expensive. Now the IP joysticks cost about the same that the older ones used to be. So out with the old, that forced daisy chaining connections. Now IP, so when other cameras are added, we don't have to run and daisy chain all of these. So this is going to go away. Now, I've done this so many times, I completely forget of all the stuff that I've done. So all of the RS-232, all that stuff, I can actually probably cut and pull back through so we can get rid of some of these cables. But let's switch this out, get everything set up, and then we go from there. Man, that took way too long, but we got the cables done. You got to get a piece of conduit for there, but as you can see, we got the side camera, we got everything done, and want to give a shout out to Life as Ben. Thank you for the codes, the hex codes, for programming the auto tracking commands here. So those are working. So if I press on right now, and let's bring that camera up so that's on the TV. So let's look at the TV. Once I get on the shot, there you go. It's locked onto me, and that's based on that command. So we can turn that on and off on demand. Yay. So the other thing that we have to do is we got to relocate the other camera downstairs, get an idea of where that's going to go. I think that we can put it on the ceiling, but what I wanted to do is maybe have them put it on a tripod, but I'll let them decide on what they want to do. And then after that, it's nowhere close to get a conduit to do that. So, I think they should be able to handle that. If not, we'll come back and do that just for that one piece. But we have to find a path to run the cables downstairs. Most likely might have to get a SDI to HDMI converter and run a should be able to get in the crawl space. He said he has an electrician that would do it. If I give all the cables for him and he just runs regular RG6, all we got to do is come up and then have a converter on here, and then they'll be good to go. So we should have enough cable to reach there. They already got holes. This whole step pulls away. So I got all the cables that I ran through this humongous conduit. I need to find where he got that from, because I know I would need a conduit like that. But this whole step slides out. All the cables are ran up through the floor and connected to here, and that's how we got everything connected. But let them see what's going on. Then we make the plans. I'll probably use the extra ceiling mounts, like I said. Probably go and try and do that now, and then see what we do with the cabling, and then we're good to go. Do a little bit of training, then we up out of here. All right, so I think that's it. But pretty much what we discussed is, because of the support beam, it's going to actually block the position of where the camera is going to be. So what I did is left the cables here. His electrician is going to crawl under there and run those cables, and the idea is maybe put a jack on the wall and then put that camera on a on a tripod, and then you can put it wherever for the baptism, because like I said, the ceiling is so low, all of this and the duct work and support beams, that's going to block any shot. So if it was here, you're going to kind of be limited. And the fact, again, I'm 5'5" and I can touch the ceiling. So the tendency would be, if there were kids here, they just do that and that camera is gone. So I think putting it on a tripod and only bringing it out when they need to, because like I said, they don't have stuff down here that often. So I think that would be the best solution. Plug the stuff into, you can get a fiber optic cable, maybe a 20-foot and maybe a 20-foot Ethernet cable that plugs in, that would give power to this, and then you'll be good to go. And I told them if they needed me to come, if they ran the cables, or if I just knew I can be better dressed, I'd crawl up there and do it and run the cables and put the jack on the wall and all this other stuff. Not a big deal, but I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to take this camera back upstairs, and that will be the one that's positioned down here, and I think we're good to go. So like I said, I don't know if this is going to be termed another project, because if it was, I actually did 7 already. That was some new speakers that I did at Mount Pleasant. I did that actually yesterday, but I don't know if that counted, so that's why I didn't. But if it does, this is actually number 8 that we just finished up. But anyway, let me get this stuff here and we'll be out of here. Link is going to be down below to everything we talked about. And if you ever need any help, you can go to ajhomes.com/consultations. We do phones, Zoom, on-sites, all this other fun stuff. We do travel, folks. Like I said, we're going to Chicago and we're going to be there all next week. to do some cable pulling and network setup and access points and intercom systems. So we got a whole bunch of new Unify stuff that's going to be in Thursday. So we'll play around with that and see what that is. But that's what we're going to be installing in Chicago. I'm tired. Anyway, like this type of content, appreciate a like, consider subscribing, hit that bell, that way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. This is AJ. See, I'm tired. This is AJ, folks. We'll catch you on the next video. Later.